This is Chattanooga Improves Academy, brought to you by the City of Chattanooga's Department of Innovation. Today, we will explore the Huddleboard, an important part of your daily huddle and the third module in this series. If you have not yet watched the first two modules on communicating effectively and using a daily huddle, we encourage you to view those to gain a complete perspective of how a daily huddle can ignite collaboration within your team. Let's start with a quick recap. Teams that are engaged and communicating effectively collaborate around what's important, taking action to improve their outcomes. The huddle is a tool that is used to foster these engaged conversations. The huddle is essentially a quick, focused, stand-up discussion that leads to action. They are designed to be conversational, bringing your employees into the discussion to gain insights and perspectives that help the team improve. The focus is targeted around your true north, your vision, your measures of success, to ensure the team is not just improving, but improving towards what really matters. It is an opportunity to look back, to learn, seeing where we are winning and where we're not, and to look ahead, planning for today, seeing the obstacles and roadblocks inhibiting success so you can take action quickly. These engaged collaborative discussions should culminate in actions to be taken by the team to ensure we can win today. Those who meet daily act daily. Issues are resolved quicker, often before they become real problems. Huddles are important to disseminate information. But why do we need a huddle board? What value does a huddle board add? Imagine you're watching the 6 o'clock news. You can hear what the person is telling you. You can absorb some of that information, but you are also seeing imagery that depicts what the person is saying, as well as other relevant information. At a base level, we absorb information that connects with our senses. Hearing someone speak taps into one sense, but being able to see while listening allows us to absorb information in two different ways. More will sink in, more will be absorbed, and seeing information sparks thoughts and ideas that lead to inquiry. This generates dialogue and engagement. Looking at the newscast, you see who is speaking while listening to what they are saying. They generally include images and pictures that represent what is being told, so you can see who the person is, where they are from, which station they're on, what type of day it is. Often the weather is included. Stock quotes or other metrics run across the bottom. Lots of information is generated from the imagery that goes along with the conversation. This is why the huddle board is an essential part of the huddle. The visuals allow the team to see what is being said. This will foster better engagement that leads to more impactful outcomes. So what should be on a huddle board? Let's review. Your huddle board should contain all the relevant information needed for the discussion. This example shows the 5 essential elements. The first is a place to put your vision or your true north. This will not be discussed in every huddle, but it's there to reflect on as needed to ensure the discussion and the actions are focused around what is important for the team, what you are trying to accomplish. First section that should be discussed in every huddle is for communication and escalation, a place for sharing information. As a leader, you will often have information to communicate down to your teams. It's important to be transparent and to communicate all relevant information down to your team. It is equally important to collect the voice of your team to escalate up the chain as needed to ensure their needs are addressed appropriately. Next box houses the data and metrics that indicate if you are moving in the right direction. While we don't want to be data-driven, it is essential to be data-informed. These metrics are your compass, telling you if you're moving in the right direction or if you need to take action to get back on track. In addition to looking at the data, it is equally important to reflect on past performance, celebrating where you have won and discussing where you haven't. Engage discussions around your misses. Define the actions needed to make you successful today. Learning from yesterday helps us plan for today. Throughout these discussions, actions will surface. Record your actions on the Huddleboard and capture opportunities that need further discussion and problem solving. This keeps them in front of the team to ensure they are addressed timely. Building your huddle around these components generates focused discussions, leading to actions that improve team performance and satisfaction. Once you have the base elements that are needed for a huddle, make it your own. Add optional fun items such as trivia, quotes of the day, pictures of pets, birthdays, anniversaries, or other topics that make it fun for your team. But what else might be included? Here are some topics that make sense for some teams and not for others. One example is workload sharing. Some teams, such as call centers, don't know their workload until it comes in, and it is usually automatically sorted and shared as they come in. But for other teams, they start the day knowing what their schedule looks like. And on any given day, one person may be overloaded while another person has availability. By discussing workload in the huddles, work can easily be redistributed to balance the load for every employee every day. This creates synergy across the team and helps each individual as well as the team be successful every day. Project teams may want to share the status of ongoing work. Some teams find value in posting major initiatives that may not be moving every day but need to remain in the spotlight. Other teams like to list the vacation schedule, the PTO schedule, to know who's going to be out and what coverage is needed so they may plan accordingly. And a parking lot is a great addition for teams that tend to get off topic easily. Just throw that idea into the parking lot so that it's not forgotten, but can be brought up at a more appropriate time. Now that we have defined a huddle board and the importance of having one, let's talk about how to bring one to life for your team. First, sketch one out on a piece of paper. Draw a box for each section and label each. Go ahead and plug in the things you know and leave space for those that you may not know today but know that you need. For example, some teams may not have defined their vision or objective or their key metrics, and that is okay. You can use your huddle to focus on those gaps and take action to close them. Make sure you've included the standard elements and add others that are important to your team to make the huddle work for you. Next, think about how you want to show your huddle board. If the whole team is in one place, consider building a physical board on a whiteboard. The team can escape their tasks and their desks and can physically come together for a stand-up meeting. And it is visible for the whole team and others to see at any time. But often teams are not all in the same place, so other methods become necessary. Choose one that works for you and your team. Some examples would be to use a spreadsheet like Google Sheets or Excel. For more creative teams, you might prefer a virtual whiteboard such as Jamboard or Lucid Spark. Teams that are more project focused might prefer a tool such as Monday.com. The Huddleboard is not one size fits all. Find the medium and the style that works for you and your team. Once you have made your choice, take your template and build your real Huddleboard. Remember, continuous improvement is a vital part of this work, so don't fret over the little things. Think of this Huddleboard as your first draft. Build it with the required elements and anything else you want to start with, and just begin huddling. Just like everything else, take feedback from the team and revise the Huddleboard as necessary to make it work for you. You now have what you need to build an effective Huddleboard and to have a collaborative, engaged huddle discussion. Thank you for attending today's training, and happy huddling.